This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes.
Ok. Esta nova
As your
missão.
friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees?
Abelhas.
That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Quem é este?
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Mycroft.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything.
Ah,
That is
irmão.
why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train
I
station.
know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the crown itself.
Ooh.
You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you,
Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything
Parece
is
estar
about
intensos.
politics with you, Mycroft.
É
I'm not
intenso. Já andou a
interested.
pancada à Bíblia
Have
e
some of
tudo.
your agents, your spies, or worse,
Estás maluco?
undertake this job of yours.
Yeah.
You are defending your people,
Mas
and they have
tu
little to do with the people
People
I
are
choose to help, I can assure you.
That is
Oh,
the
yeah?
point.
You
You
exactly
think
as
exactly as they do.
Who are they?
they.
The Merry Men. He is talking about the
Merry
Merry Men,
Men,
a band of idealistic terrorists.
terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your
In
time
Staffordshire.
in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
Letters. Tem aquela conversa. Take. Vamos lá ver o que é que eu posso. Deve ser aquela carta que está aqui. Né? Yeah, letter. Vamos lá ver o que é que está aqui. No escape from London police. Ok. De Cirano. Ou Cirande. Não sei se aquilo é um O, acho que é um O. Isto deve ser uma espécie de jornal. The grotesque murder of the former Captain Peter Carey, foi o caso anterior, known in private as Black Peter, has been resolved. Por quem? Por mim, claro. The evidence that Scotland Yard received from a trustworthy source was more than sufficient to conclude that the murderer of Peter Carey was Patrick Cairns. É Patrick. Aí eu fartei-me de chamar Peter. Aí, meu Deus. Mas pronto, Patrick Cairns, one of Carey's former harpooners. In fact, the dangerous criminal was caught single-handedly by brave Inspector. Foi, isso já é destroyado. Ele desmaiou, caiu logo para o lado, ficou logo a sair de carpete. E na hand-to-hand fight, nós é que andámos à luta daquele. Fizemos uma coça de porrada que ele ficou a ver passarinhos. Patrick Cairns is now sentenced to death. Ai, caralho, fui sentenciado à morte. Aqui souvenirs, olha, ficámos com o arpão. That was used to kill Black Peter. Tasks. A late night railway station, an incoming train, an impossible riddle. Holmes and Watson's return from holidays evolves into a tale of intrigue. Riddle on the rails. Temos que chamar então o táxi. Onde é que temos aqui o telefone? Ou será que é na porta?
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us.
Ah.
We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Ok. 1 week later, ou seja, nós fomos de viagem, de férias, não sei o quê. Passado uma semana, devemos voltar e deve haver novos desenvolvimentos do caso. Ui, nevoeiro.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Lá vem ele.
Attention! The train is
Attention!
arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take
Please,
your bags
everyone!
And your blasted archive suitcase.
Está ali um monte de gente.
But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Ok, isto está a ficar intrigante. Que raio. Isto é agora um
It's
jogo de
too
terror?
dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
The next morning, very early. Ok. Que raio. Que estranho. Muito estranho. Ouviu-se o comboio chegar e de repente desapareceu. Ok, chegámos a algum lado.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Intrigante. Tipo, ainda agora chegámos, já aconteceu aqui uma cena bem estranha. Of vanished train, inspector rails were train vanished. Ou seja, agora vamos estar a investigar o desaparecimento do comboio. É isto aqui? Não, isto aqui é a rua. Está a ver? Isto não tem caminhos de ferro aqui. Bem, vamos por aqui. Não sei se é por aqui, se não. Evesham, deve ser assim. Ticket Office.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
Ok, ok. Oi, F. Imagination talent helps you to visualize objects and events. Useful in limited situations. Ok, isto é novo. Isto nunca tinha usado no outro caso anterior.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Concentrate your attention on finding details that others are inclined to overlook. T. Agora é o T. Ah, que é aquela visão. O que é que nós temos aqui? Temos duas coisas. Railway Sleepers.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual.
E depois temos aqui Empty Bottles.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
Ah. Isto aqui. Oh, ground near the rails.
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
Near rails.
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
Não há nada de...
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track.
Exato.
Nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Exatamente.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
No
No
clues
clues
and you
and
are
you're
smiling.
smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Ou seja, não temos nada. Não temos aqui nada que nos indique... Ok, tá tudo bem. Não temos aqui nada que nos indique que realmente passou aqui um comboio. Nem marca, nem pegadas, nem nada. Está tudo normal. Se bem que não ter marcas de passada ali um comboio não é muito normal. Porque nós vimos o comboio a chegar. Não sei, está muito estranho este caso. É como ele diz, não haver pistas também é um resultado. Não haver nada é um resultado. Quer dizer que não
Good
aconteceu nada
morning.
ali.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night.
Yeah.
So, you are Mr. Holmes, the
The
great
great
detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Ele desapareceu mesmo, o comboio. Incrível. Ok, vamos aqui verificar sinais neste homenzinho. Este deve ser tipo, é o Keeper. Oi? Fully grey hair. Oi? Aqui. Honorary badge. Yeah. Temos nada. Nada. Aqui temos manchas. Spots of hurt. Locais com terra. Temos um anel. Wedding ring. Information about terrain.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Vou querer, sim. E o mapa do
I would be
railway?
glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
Yeah.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Muito bem.
See you later, my good man.
Então, temos que ir agora aqui à sala, a ver o mapa, waiting hall, que está alguns, se calhar aqui. Não? Ali? Yeah, aqui. Take
This map will be useful.
Nottingham, Nottingham. Yeah. To Nottingham to London. E nós estamos aqui. Supostamente o comboio apareceu aqui, nesta área. Veio de Nottingham. Interessante. Bem, vamos fazer o que nos resta fazer, que é ir ao gabinete dele. A parte do coisa dele, o escritório dele, o office dele deve ser aqui nestas portas, julgo eu. Deixa-me ver que não conseguimos entrar há bocado. Aqui é a bilheteira. Ali tickets, yeah. Também tem aqui um mapa, mas é de London. Ali na paleta, platform tickets, tal. E private, deve ser ali. Ali não tem nada atrás da porta, acho eu. Ok. Telegraph. Mais nada. Office table, deve ser isto que nós queremos. Exatamente. Então, só temos aqui isto. Telegram. Message to all stations. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington Station. Mr. Robinson.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr.
Mr.
Robinson.
Robinson. Quem será este Mr. Robinson? Então falar com... temos aqui mais qualquer coisa. Yeah. Train composition. Exatamente aquilo que ele nos falou. A composição de comboio. Temos a linha Nottingham London. Type Train LNAR. Liner, se calhar. Número 324. Composition. Locomotive. Coal Car. First Class Car. Postal Wagon. Special Wagon. Ordered by Mr. Robinson. Second Class Car. Temos aqui um vagão especial pedido pelo tal Mr. Robinson.
Here is the train set.
Vamos então falar com esse tal Robinson. E como é que vamos fazer isso? Talvez falar com o outro gajinho. O keeper disto, o mestre, o master, se calhar.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Pois, também não sei, Watson. Também não sei. Não sei se ele sabe de alguma coisa dele. Deixa-me ver. possivelmente. Special wagon.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does
Wagon.
that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Não, ele não sabe o que é que podia estar lá dentro. E é wagon. Estava a dizer wagon, não sei o quê.
Was there
Passageiros
anything
de
exceptional
coisa.
about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Houve problema com passageiro.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Ok.
See you later, my good man.
Eu pensava que íamos tratar do caso do irmão do Sherlock Holmes sobre os terroristas, afinal estamos a tratar de um comboio que desapareceu ao chegarmos aqui. Bem, vamos então a Bridlington tentar descobrir o que é que aconteceu com os passageiros.